Listen to this. Today's Celtic news is absolutely massive. I've got 3 belters for you. Premier League clubs sniffing around Brendan Rodgers, a big realization about Greg Taylor now that Tierney's back, and finally, the biggest bombshell of the lot, Peter Grant tearing into a cowardly attack on Rodgers that's got the whole club buzzing. Stick with me right to the very end because you can't miss that last story. Massive thanks to you for helping us smash 500 subscribers, but that's just the start. With more than 2,000 views on every story, if you hit subscribe right now, we'll fly past 1,500 subscribers, all backing the Celtic. Let's prove once again that our support is miles beyond anything the Rangers could ever muster. We have 6 news a day to keep you updated with the mighty Celtic. Hit that subscribe button and be part of it. I tell you what, this is classic, isn't it? The minute Brendan Rodgers gets Celtic purring again, the English Premier League clubs start circling like seagulls at the Barras on a Saturday morning. Apparently, there's no shortage of suitors down south, desperate to lure him away from paradise, offering him a so-called new challenge. Aye, right? Because managing in England is somehow more glamorous than running riot with the biggest club in Scotland. These lot clearly didn't understand what it means to lead Celtic, the passion, the history, the trophies. You can't swap nights under the lights at Parkhead for some mid-table scrap at Forest or Wolves. That's like trading a dram of the finest whiskey for a lukewarm pint in a plastic cup. And while the English media are busy dreaming up fairy tales about Rodgers leaving, over at Ibrox, it's pure chaos. The zombies are screaming for their gaffer's head after Hearts strolled into Mordor and left with all 3 points, sitting 10th in the table while we're pushing 9 points clear. That's not a title race, that's a comedy sketch. Honestly, the crying in Govan could fill the Clyde twice over. But here's the real question for you. If the English vultures really do come calling, should Rodgers even consider it? Or is leaving Celtic for some mid-table English side the daftest move he could ever make? Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's jai it, loldy, till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic dafts. See, this is where Celtic folk sometimes only wake up when it's too late. Everybody was buzzing when Kieran Tierney strutted back into paradise, and fair play, he's one of our own, a lad who bleeds green and white. But let's be honest, he's not looked anywhere near his best yet. Still carrying knocks from his Arsenal days, struggling to even last the 90. And that sharpness we remember from his first spell just isn't there yet. It'll come, I've no doubt, but right now it's left folk realizing what they maybe took for granted. Greg Taylor. Aye, the same Greg Taylor who got stick every other week for a sideways pass or a misplaced ball. Turns out he was far more important than some wanted to admit. He understood Rodgers' system inside out, tucked into midfield like a wee general, and gave balance down that left side. 7 assists last season, 24 games, solid as you like, but only when he's gone do you hear folk calling him underrated. Isn't it always the way? Meanwhile, Tierney's trying to find his rhythm again, and you just can't help but think, imagine having Taylor still here to steady the ship while Tierney gets up to speed. Instead, the lads in Greece with Park probably laughing at how he was never truly appreciated here. Here's what I want to know from you though. Were we too quick to undervalue Taylor because we were blinded by the fairy tale return of Tierney? Or do you reckon Tierney will shut us all up once he's firing fit? Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's jai it. Lardy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic dafts. Now this one's pure fire, and it sums up the mood perfectly. The pressure on the Celtic board just now is heavier than the rain on Sucky Hall Street in November. A protest brewing at Rugby Park, and the hierarchy better have their umbrellas ready because it's going to get messy. And what lit the fuse? That cowardly wee smear job in the press aimed square at Brendan Rodgers. Not a critique of the team or some tactical debate. No, this was a direct hit at the gaffer himself. And you know what? Celtic folk have had enough of that nonsense. Step forward, Peter Grant, a man who bleeds green and white, and he's not pulling any punches. He's called it exactly what it is: cowardly. Two experienced pressmen hiding behind anonymity, taking pot shots at Rodgers like schoolweens, lobbing stones over a wall and running away. If you've got something to say, put your name to it. Stand there, take the heat, don't hide in the shadows. Grant's even hinted that Brendan already has a fair idea who's behind it. And you can picture it, can't you? Rodgers sitting in the press room, clocking faces, knowing fine well which snakes in the grass are stirring things. Grant says if it was him, he'd have asked them right there in front of everyone. Adiwanum, was it you? Then have the guts to say it. Meanwhile, the board sits silent, hoping it all blows over, but with protests kicking off at Kilmarnock and fan anger bubbling like a storm, they won't be able to keep dodging the flak forever. So here's the big one for you. Do you think someone inside the club is feeding the press to undermine Rodgers? Or is this just lazy hacks trying to stir the pot? Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's jai it laldy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic dafts.